Well, hey there, folks. I just watched a video for the Smittybilt XRC Gen 2 front bumper, which this is for a JK. And on Smittybilt's channel, they say if you're going to install a winch, install it before you put the bumper on. Otherwise, it's going to be nearly impossible to put on. Might be a little bit challenging, but it's not impossible by any means. So just in case you are looking to install a winch on one of these bumpers, let me show you what you're going to need if the bumper's already installed. Alright, so the bolt size, I suppose, is going to depend on what kind of winch you have. I just went with the Badlands from Harbor Freight. I don't know if, other winches are going to have the same size bolt size or not. This one took, was that a 5/8? Yeah, this one here took a 5/8. So the way I found to get to this winch to tighten it is right here. I believe that's like probably a 6 or an 8-inch extension. I'll measure that. But you need an extension, you need a wobbly, and you need just a regular shallow socket. A deep one will not work. And if you have a high quality wobbly with like a spring on it, you don't need the tape, but the tape just makes it so it doesn't fall over. That's all you need to install it right there. Just verified, that is a 6-inch extension. If you had an 8, you can run an 8, but you need a minimum of a 6. So for the 2 front bolts, you're going to go through the second hole. You're going to get your extension in there, and the wobbly is going to allow you to line it up right. I don't know if it shows it, but it's going to allow you to line it right up on that bolt, that nut, that bolt under there. So you're going to do that for both of the fronts, real easy. Now my Jeep's a Rubicon model, so it probably makes it a little bit more challenging if you weren't going to use this method, because I have the sway bar disconnect motor right there. So if you look down here, you're going to see that factory cross member right there, and you see where I'm pointing at, that slot in there where there's a piece of wire loom. Alright, you're going to stick this up through there, and you're going to angle it until you can get on the rear bolt on this side, and you'll be able to tighten it down. Now on the driver's side here, the slot in the cross member is actually a little bit smaller, so you can't actually fit the socket through it. So if you wanted to, you could drill that out, but there's really no reason to. You just pop this off, you put your extension through, you reach up, you pop this back on your extension like so, you get it lined up on the bolt, you get your ratchet on the bottom, then you can tighten it up. And although, the wobbly's at an angle on those 2 rear bolts, you can get a torque wrench on there and you can torque them down. And that's how you do it. So I got it on here on a Rubicon model with the sway bar disconnect, with the bumper already installed. I didn't pull it back off. And this is the Badlands 12,000. I mean, it's a big winch. You can see, how much real estate it takes up in there. But yeah, I was able to get everything bolted and tightened up just fine. You just got to think a little bit outside the box. It can definitely be done. Just make sure to put all your connections on first, especially the one underneath where you will have to pull your winch back off. Alright folks, like I say, I'm only making this because I watched that video by Smittybilt itself saying you had to install the winch prior to installing the bumper. And although it might be easier if you had a couple guys to pick the bumper up and put it back on there, I was able to pick this bumper up myself, install it myself, and install the winch myself. So not a problem. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps someone.